I'm Liesel Albrecht, and welcome to this edition of On the Couch with the Retreat Collective. I'm here today with the beautiful Leanne Winder, who is from the Bellarine Peninsula. Is that what you call it in Geelong? Yeah, yes. Which is, if you're looking at a map of Australia, it's right down, it's about 2 hours west of Melbourne. So it's a beautiful part of the world. And Leanne is a kinesiologist, and her business is Heart and Soul Kinesiology. So Leanne, tell me a little bit about your business and so we can let the people out there know who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my business obviously is Heart and Soul Kinesiology. I've been working as a kinesiologist for about the last 5 years. I'm also a midwife and a nurse, and I still do a little bit of that on the side on a casual basis. I moved down to the Bellarine just over 12 months ago, so I'm just setting up my business down here, and it's going really well, which is great. As a kinesiologist, I deal with the things that stress us. So what is a stress for you is something totally different for me. And when we are stressed, it affects us on more than one level. So it's not just emotional, you know, how we feel. It's also about how we view the world. It can affect us physically, mentally, emotionally. So as well as other levels too. So I actually help you access that to help de-stress or decrease that anxiety that's caused by the issue that you come and see me about.
Nice. So for those of you that don't know what I can't even speak now, what a kinesiologist is, what do you actually do? Because I know when I've been to mine and people go, what does she do? And I say, I don't know, she just touches me and I feel better.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, no, it doesn't sound right.
Basically, your body knows what it needs to heal itself or to defuse a stress. And I basically work as the interpreter, interpreting what your body is trying to tell you. So our bodies are trying to tell us how we can work through things, but we don't always listen. And even if we try and listen, we don't always understand. So I guess the easiest way to explain it is when you're stressed, your body releases adrenaline, and adrenaline makes your muscles go weak. An easy example would be if someone cuts you off in traffic and you just think, oh my God, that was a near miss. And, you know, I'm sure we've all had those occasions where you go to jelly, and you think, I've got to pull over because I'm going to jelly here. I need to gather myself back together. When something stresses you, you do release adrenaline when it's a stress or an anxiety, and it makes your muscles unlock. Now, we don't always have the extreme level of muscles going to jelly, but when a kinesiologist works with you, we actually use muscle testing, and if something is stressful to you, your muscles will unlock. And you might verbally say, oh, no, I'm fine. But if your muscles unlock, I know that you're not, and that your brain is telling me, I'm stressed about this, or this is causing some anxiety.
Yeah.
So it's about muscle testing initially. The school that I trained with as well, we always find the emotion that is attached to that issue. So if we can find out what the emotion is, we can work through how it is affecting you, and it just gives you a little bit more clarity, and it allows things to clear and diffuse easier. And again, that's with muscle testing. And all through the session, we are finding emotions and how they relate to you or to other people, and how it affects you, just to get you some clarity. The answers as well are found through muscle testing.
Wow, that is so interesting. So is it a bit like with your feet, like different muscles are connected to different emotions?
Different muscles are connected to different, not necessarily emotions, but to, we use the Chinese 5-element chart, so meridians, And meridians all have titles of organs, but their
My dogs have just started barking. Bastards.
I hope you're going to edit that.
Oh, hang on. Shush. Hey, stop it. They're so annoying. Then we've got neighbours. Most people have neighbours, but they've got all these kids in their yard, and they've got must be their grandchildren visiting. And all weekend the dogs have just been out there going berserk. And we got a German Shepherd, and the kids were standing up on the fence last night. And I said to them, guys, hop down. Our dog will jump, and it might bite you. Probably won't, but they were just annoying children. All right.
That's all right.
Let's go. We'll go back to I'm just trying to think where the best place to edit it is. We'll go back to where I asked you about whether the muscles are related to emotions. Yep. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm trying. Reflexology. That's what it is. I was trying to think what it was called. Okay. So, Leanne, is it a bit like reflexology where different muscles are attached to different emotions?
It's not the same, but it is similar in that the muscles relate to particular organs, which relate to meridians, and each one has its own group of emotions. So in a way, yes, that is correct.
So interesting. It's so interesting how the body, relates to what's going on for us, and how there's such new but ancient ways of dealing with that. Rather than traditional going to your GP and getting an antidepressant, or going to your chiropractor to get your back put back in. We're so lucky to have all these things open to us now, and they're not considered really like woo-woo, or you don't sneak around and have it done. Compared to like even 5 years ago, people didn't necessarily know what a kinesiologist was.
No, a lot of people still don't today.
Yeah, true.
And like you said before, if someone says to me, what do you do? It's really hard to put it in a nutshell because, as you explained, when people ask you, every time you see a kinesiologist, the session is different. What comes up for you in one session may not come up in another session. And that isn't just about the reason you're going, it's also about the solutions, because they vary as well. And they can vary from just doing a visualization while you're in the session to, adding something into your diet, or taking a supplement, or using a flower essence or an essential oil, or, using acupressure points, or running meridians, or, sometimes even oracle cards come up. I mean, it's so varied. So, that's the difficulty. If you're talking to someone about your session, they'll say to you, well, I never had that in my session, but that's just not what you needed. So it is quite variable. And I guess I have the advantage of having the medical background as well, because I have an understanding of the physical body from, the Western medicine model as well.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So I wanted to talk to you about my favourite thing, which is retreats. And a little birdie tells me that you're off to Bali. So tell me about that. Where in Bali are you going to?
So I'm facilitating a retreat in Ubud, and that is in August from the 4th to the 11th. So it's from one Saturday to the next Saturday.
Nice.
And it's for women only. I've actually had one fellow said to me, why don't you have guys there? Because I'd come, but I said to him, you're probably the only one who would.
Yeah.
But so it is for women. It's
a
retreat for women. Yes.
Yeah. So why Bali?
Why Bali? Well, I don't know. I feel like I have an affinity to Bali. When I'm there, I just feel like I own it. I feel safe on the streets. I I can walk on my own and feel comfortable. The people there are lovely. I don't know. There's just something about it. It actually is on the intersection of ley lines, and it is classed as one of the most spiritually energetic places in the world. There are several, and that is one of them. And you really do feel it when you are there.
Look, you totally do. I know the first, I don't know, dozen times I went there, I was like, I just feel so at peace here, and I'm getting the answers that I need. And the same, like I felt like I owned it when I was there. And then a friend of mine said to me, well, this is why. You know, it's on those intersecting ley lines, and this is what that means. And I said, oh, of course, it makes so much sense. So if I came on your retreat, what would I be doing there?
Okay, so my retreat is more about connecting back into yourself. So the things we do are about things for us, things that make you happy, and to connect back to you. We do get so caught up in our lives back here, you know, our children, our work, our family situations, our aging parents, etc. I think we lose touch with who we really are inside, and that's the purpose of the retreat, is to rediscover who you are and to view your life back home from a different perspective. So we have, on most mornings, we'll be having a yoga session, and I do have a beautiful yoga teacher over there who's Balinese, who comes and teaches our classes, and she teaches the class in accordance with what the class is capable of. So if you've never done yoga, that is not an issue. Devi will organise the class to suit everybody, and every day is different. And fun, you know, we laugh and we do things we never thought we'd be doing, and so that's really great. We do have a lot of spa sessions involved, so every day there is something. So we have beautiful spa sessions. We have a beautiful session with massage and soaking in a bath. We have Ayurvedic massage, where we've got beautiful warm oil poured on our bodies and massaged. We do a day of cycling in the gorgeous countryside, cycling through villages, and you know, it's mostly downhill, so it's really easy.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah. It's all downhill, so it's quite easy. So, you know, you're riding downhill through villages, and you've got, you know, the little children on the sides of the road waving to you, and, you know, and you're calling out to them and waving back, and it's lots of fun, and there's a beautiful meal at the end of it. That cycling tour is also through rice fields, and
nice.
Yes, I actually rode off the track this year and ended up in a rice paddy, which was quite.
Well, let's hope no one does that.
Oh, I know, it was quite in the group. It was funny.
Yeah.
So we do that. We do a Balinese cooking class, and we, of course, get to eat everything we've cooked.
Nice.
And it's absolutely delicious.
Yeah.
We have several dinners and lunches included, and we also go to a silversmith and have a jewelry making class as well.
Well, that's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. I keep that one for the last day, so that you can, what you're making is your memento of the fantastic week you've spent in Ubud with beautiful women.
Nice. And you know, that's what I love about retreats, is you get to experience something different, and you get to step outside your normal life. So whether your retreat's overseas or whether it's, you know, close to home, there's something magical about coming together with a group of women and those bonds are built, and it doesn't matter, you know, I occasionally catch up with people or women that I've been on retreats with, you know, 10 years ago, and that bond is still there. It doesn't matter the time or the distance. It's really quite incredible and quite indescribable unless you've experienced it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's I don't know, it is coming back to who you truly are, and we forget who we are. And you know, when you're on retreat, there are no inhibitions. You are yourself, and you have a lot of downtime as well to do the things that you need to do for yourself, whether that be, you know, having a nap, or going for a swim or a walk, or doing some shopping, or trying out a restaurant you went past and thought that looked really good, or reading a book. It's totally your time, and it's not about anybody else except for you.
No.
And that's yeah.
Yeah, that's really lovely. You know, there's so many retreats out there to choose from, and one that really connects you to yourself, but you also get that pampering and that time for you. It's not jam-packed, you know, 7 a.m. for yoga through to 9 p.m. at night, which some retreats are. They're jam-packed with workshops and out and about and doing stuff. So I really love when there's that balance of time together, but time just for you. I mean, how many of us as busy mums and wives and employees and that sort of thing, do we get to sit and read a book? You know? No, not very often at all. I only ever read at airports and on planes.
Well, or 10 minutes, you know, you get into bed, I'll quickly read 10 minutes and then I'll go to sleep. But, you know, 10 minutes here and there is not enough.
No, not at all. So how many women will be going on this retreat?
So I have availability for 8 ladies to come on this retreat, and we have both single and twin rooms. The single rooms are smaller in number than the twins, so if that's something that you're interested in, you need to book that one in earlier. But the twin rooms are available as well, and the rooms are quite spacious. You have a beautiful spacious bathroom and gorgeous views overlooking rice fields. So we're about a 10 to 15 minute walk from the centre of Ubud, but you're actually walking along streets with shops and restaurants. And when it comes to where our boutique hotel is, we step into a laneway, and a minute or two down that laneway, we're at our hotel, and it's surrounded by rice fields. It's quite phenomenal. It doesn't happen like that in Australia. You know, it's built up from one end to the other. But with this beautiful place, it's called Tegel Sari Boutique Hotel. You do have views of the rice field, so you can sit. Everyone has a balcony, so you can sit on your balcony, have your incense burning. You know, your cup of tea, and you watch, you know, the people working in the rice fields, or listen to the frogs, or it's just beautiful. It's lovely.
Yeah, that just sounds, I love Bali, obviously. But, you know, the beautiful thing about going overseas is you get to experience, you know, a different culture, a different way of life. You get to see things from a different perspective that we don't necessarily get to see in our home turf. So going to Bali, and even knowing that you can bring home 20 kilos of shopping, which is my favourite thing, you know, that it doesn't cost all that much money, to be able to try different foods. I mean, the food of Bali is so beautiful and fresh. You've got amazing satay and nasi goreng, which is the best fried rice you've ever eaten. They have, you know, amazing dishes. For those that are worried about too much chili, there's not really chili in much of their foods. You know, it's just a really beautiful place to come and experience overseas, you know, and so international. You know, Bali gets, you know, so much bad rap sometimes from the media, but going into the heart of Bali and out of, you know, the areas of Kuta, you get to see what life is like in a place like that.
Yes. And, you know, having said that, you know, Ubud, the town centre, is extremely busy.
Yeah.
It's absolutely unbelievable. You just think, what the hell?
Yeah.
But you step one street back and it's quiet.
Exactly.
It's amazing. And the, you know, talking about the food, it's not just Balinese food, it's European food.
Everything.
And fresh organic restaurants, and
yeah,
it's, you know, it's a multitude. You can have Italian one night and Spanish the next and Balinese the next, and then go to, you know, what would be classed as a, you know, 4-star restaurant here, you can go to there. I mean, it's truly amazing, the variety.
Yep, that's so true. And so, you know, last time I was there, I stayed in Seminyak, and I joked that it would take like 3 months to get around every restaurant. Because Bali is it's really the foodie capital of the world now, I believe, because there is that variety and that freshness that caters to every taste and every, you know, if you're vegan, there's plenty of vegan food. If you're vegetarian, it's the same. Plus, they're really adaptable to intolerances as well. You know, if you're gluten-free, like that's fine. They're so used to that now with tourists that it's not a difficult place to eat to how you want to eat.
No, not at all.
Which is awesome.
Not at all.
So if people want to sign up for this retreat, where do they go to? How do they find out more?
So they can go to my webpage, which is www.heartandsoulkinesiology.com. And there is a page there about the retreats. And so everything you need to know is there. You can also phone me as well. And my number is on the retreat page.
Yeah.
So you can call me as well, or you can text message, whatever suits.
Beautiful.
So so the deposit is $490, and the balance is payable by the 30th of July. The 30th of June.
Yeah.
A twin room is 2297.
Yep.
And a single room is 2927.
Yep.
On my webpage, it explains everything that is included in the retreat. So it's the yoga classes, it's breakfast, it's accommodation, 3 dinners, 2 lunches, the spa treatments that we're doing, little workshops that I'll be running. I'm also running, have available for retreat people as well, a one-on-one kinesiology session with me during the retreat.
Beautiful.
And for those who book early and pay their deposit before the end of January in 2018, they'll also be available to have, I'll be available to give them an extra kinesiology session as well. So that could be before the show if they like, or one when they return home.
Yeah.
If they don't want to during the retreat. So,
Lovely. That's, I'm already going in my head, what have I got in mid-August? Can I make my way to Bali? I'll have to look at my diary. So as you can all see, we've put up the website on this video. So please take a look, get in touch with Leanne. This is going to be a fabulous retreat, and you'll really come home feeling reconnected to yourself, but also I think reconnected to those around you. You know, sometimes we get so busy and we forget who we are, and we forget the impact that we have on other people's lives. So being able to reconnect with you and with yourself really awakens that inside of us. So we come home refreshed and ready to, you know, August is leading up into the Christmas period. So being able to be refreshed and replenished for that time. And it's so important to take time out for you, which is what I love about retreats. It's about recognizing who you are, particularly as a woman, because we give so much to everybody else. And I love that your retreat gives back to the person that we are. So I look forward, Leanne, to hearing all about that on your return and the experiences of the women that come with you. I hope you've all enjoyed watching this. Stay tuned for the next instalment of On the Couch, and I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for joining me today, Leanne. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.